First of all, I'd like to say sorry. Last session I meant to record after I'd finished the catch-up stage. I have asked the question on that particular episode whether you'd all answer me on whether or not you do think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a bad idea, this new thing that I've started. But you see, that's the trouble. I think that it's not really about me, it's about other people, and it's how do you feel? Is it something that is like, because I do know obviously a lot of people weren't watching all of the episode anyway. On average it's about between 7 and 10 minutes, which to me suggests people are like scooting through anyway, and if they are, then well, why don't I just work with you and like do it like that? But then I do know that some really do watch everything, so it's one of those sort of situations where I sort of like would love a bit of a show of hands, sort of. I don't literally mean literally show of hands, but yeah, it would be really nice to hear from you all as to like what, you know, like, oh no, it reminds me, did I? Sorry, yeah, that was just had a bit of a stray thought. Did I increase the thing on the silage and digestate? Because it should really now, yeah, 240. Yeah, that's back to what it should be, so that should do a lot again. No, that is right. What threw me out was I was seeing two inputs, but it splits, so you're only still getting 1,000 silage for the fact you're getting 2,000 in, and you're getting digestate, which is a separate product. That's what threw me out. Really, I wanted this to be based upon Omatana's recipe of like getting you 240,000 litres of this. Unfortunately, I did pretty much the same on a lot of the others, like, yeah, because that one's got 3 and does produce 2,000 litres from it. Now that is a good recipe, and so therefore really needs knocking down a bit. All of these ones do, and that's sort of, again, being fresh to these kind of recipes. I'm not taking into consideration all of, I know roughly, I'm not bad at this, but like I am in a way. I've got lots of different things, and I still haven't got pig food. Still not done pig food, so yeah, I need to fix this. I do. So I fixed the one thing I said I was going to do. We've got, it really is, this is now sort of like the cashing up stage, and I'm not sure we're going to do it in one session. This is my 20th episode. It's half a let's play. That's how much fun I'm having on this map. But it is time to like another thing I am considering is I struggle on that. I always have, and it's a fault on my character, that I sort of struggle to stay interested, like on the long term let's plays, or my energy is not good, and I get, yeah, it's, I don't know what it is, but I do seem to not do my best when I'm doing the 48 episode jobbies of like a full let's play. But I seem to do absolutely fine if I'm going to do like this 20 episodes. It's really interesting, and I think I could buzz through lots of maps and sort of highlight maps, but do it properly. I'm not a massive fan of mod reviews or map reviews per se. I think the best way to do a map is to show a map, but not necessarily a full-blown let's play. Yeah, I think I'm quite happy with doing like almost half a let's play. It's sort of a compromise. I used to do 7 to 10 episodes, really quick. I don't think that's quite enough to show a let's play off or a map off properly. But I do think if I did half a let's play like this one, which done 20 odd episodes, it's enough to show the map off and grab some character of the map, and show you like the best of the map and the stability and all the good points on the map, hopefully, that I will discover. But also I'm trying to do this good old-fashioned farming where I'm actually sticking to particular things, as in like, yeah, I'm not really relying on fertilizer, or I'm not, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's always got to be something which is the center of your let's play. Seeds are terrible in this at present, so yeah, right, anyway, but that's my idea. So we have got an awful lot of stuff, yeah, as well as the solid fertilizer. We've got a lot of mineral feed. Now something has gone wrong with this, and I wonder if it is, productions do go wrong when we like that. It's reached the top. It's a computer. I don't know what happened, but it reached the top. It obviously did reach the top as well. It's almost like it's multiplied the wheat. We had 24 odd tons, so it's like it's poured the excess into the wheat. I'm not saying it has done that, but what I'm saying is it's certainly done something. So we need to get short of that. And I really do, again, I'm going to do exactly what I said, because this is sort of the catching up stage. So at this point, we're going to put a sell point down right on our land, because this is like us just how well did we do sort of thing. Now, the other thing is, what about the BGA? We need to go through and get all of the grass gone, but we also need to get the mineral feed gone, because otherwise, yeah, we've still got 2 months. Oh, no, we should do that in 1 month now, but we do still need to grab all of that mineral feed out. So we do still need to do what I said. I'm terrible for this. I was doing it earlier. I was like saying, oh, let's just do this, and then I got sidetracked and I did something else. I'm a terror for it. I really am. Right, mineral feed. I think we were telling the mineral feed to literally go all over the place. I think that's what we sort of tried to work out. So there might even be more than that. I think it was going to literally in 10 minutes, it was going to like... Oh, huh? I'm trying to sort of like not feel... Yeah, you can just about do it. I'm going to move those very slightly to the right and be sort of crafty, or move them back a little so they're just out of range. If you like are a little bit clever like I've done this time, you're not really going to... Sorry. You're not really going to grab what's out. Right, okay, so we can't grab that. It's not, yeah, the mineral feed, there's only that mineral feed that's there. Well, why did I not grab that mineral feed? This is a good question. I have been busy on that, but not on this. I sort of separate my mods, and sometimes I work on I've got to get better at this. I really need consistency, even as a modder, where I actually do it either... mods in testing should be my testing one. Sometimes I'll put a mod in the mod folder, and I'll work on it a few times, and then I get confused about, well, where did I do it last? And that's it. I need to have a consistent approach to all this. Right, so and we'll also see if, like, yeah, right. We also need to stick. In fact, we really, this is the biggest thing, and this is where almost all of our produce is going to come from. So we will stick another BI Industries sell point down. So I like this as well. There's nothing quite like this, the self-marketing. I've still got the light in it though. that needs to be gone. Giants would not be amused, and I would not put this on the grass normally, but obviously right now I will. Let's get this sold, and it is going to earn us obviously 1.5 times. Yeah, nobody else has done this, the self-marketing yet, like this. So personally, I think there's still a place for it on the model. It's also cute. It is obviously Giants, and Giants still haven't fixed the shelves being empty. So whether they want it to be empty, I'm really not sure. This is going to be quite a few. It is, but I'm not worried if this is going to take. Yeah, I need to get that light out there. Really, you can tell it's got a light in it. It's so bright. Right, it's all my bad. Yeah, I've been busy. I have actually. I've half done a massive Russell mash, but only half because I was. I think I showed it earlier in one of the. I'm trying to keep you all abreast of like the events and the mods that I'm actually working on. Again, not everyone's going to be interested. I appreciate that. But like some people are, so everyone always has that free choice as to whether or not they actually, like view any of the things. But I just thought, obviously, it's hopefully some of them are going to appear in the mod hub. I mean, yeah, they are. None of them. I'm quite proud. I've got the mod testing tool. Obviously, it's something that all modders have got access to, and really, I'm quite sure everybody uses it. Oh, no, that's all right. That's unjust. I'm now getting to the stage where I've got no errors on my mods, and although that doesn't guarantee that it's everything's working spot on, it does sort of guarantee that Giants will be happy that you've actually done that in that way. So yeah, it's usually it's a fairly good indicator that your mod's not terrible, but it's not. Yeah, there's still things you can crash a mod without. I'm quite sure almost every modder actually does the mod testing, and then you can still get things wrong. A bit like the Roller Christie, it's a beautiful bit. I'm well chuffed with what he's done with it. It's definitely better than FS25, but obviously it has got an error at the minute. So again, knowing Roller Christie, I mean not personally, but knowing him, the modder than the person that he is, his character that shines through the way that he does mods, I'm quite sure he'll fix that quite quickly. Yes, yeah, I have also. This might not be in the mods. I have been working on. I don't think I have. I don't think I've actually put it in. Actually, I might only have the old one, but we shall see. That one is the. Is that the original? Yeah, that really is like the original, which has got 6.5 cubic meters, and then there's the one that is just 18, which is like obviously the original one, where I just put the little bit of a hopper on, where I had that breakthrough and I could actually do that. Then there is, I think this is the one that's wrong, that's bad. Oh no. No, this is then the big one, but I have another one in testing that is like that, only it's level on both sides. Yeah, level on both sides. It's also made of slightly different metal, so it's a little bit nicer, and it hasn't got such massive sides to it. It's quite thin, so I've done it as realistic so it'd be light. It's also got supports at the bottom, so it would be strong, because at the minute it really is only connected at the back wall, which would mean that physics would say it would crash and burn, because it's got no support at the front at all. So although this was a prototype, I'm now trying to like it is supported on, I think that's a light. It is a yeah, because I've also observed that. So I've got structures supporting that all the way down that left-hand side, all the way down the back, and all the way down on that right-hand side. There's massive, chunky bits that join it all together that would make it realistic in real life. So yeah, and so I mean, all that is a prototype, obviously. The one thing that's a bit, I've asked for Farmer Bob's help, because it's got a fill plane, but the fill plane, can I free my mouse? Yeah, the fill plane originally was only made to fill this area here, which means it's a strange shape, like a wedge. So when I obviously tried to expand the fill plane, although it works, it's broader down here than it is at that end. And it's a wedge shape, which means at this end it's thick and at this end it's thin. Now you can sort of see it as it's filling, that there's a gap here because of the weird shape of like the wedge end, and you can't do much about that. So I've asked for Farmer Bob's help to see, can I swap the fill plane that this has got and make my own, which would be more like a square, sort of, like would go almost to the top of that, almost like a perfect square. That would be better, but I don't know how to do it. Yeah, so and I think that's it. Yeah, I have got another one. I say it's the one after that one. I have destroyed the one that was bad, that was doing weird things. So yeah, I've literally, it's still that one, but obviously it's in my testing folder. But yeah, it's done. Have I got my Russell Mash? I think again it was testing. Yeah, it's not a Russell Mash. It was based upon a Russell Mash. It's a BI Industries like a Harvester, but I'm not sure. Again, I think this was in my testing folder rather than the normal. Yeah, I think I've got a copy of it, but it's not as advanced as the one that I did. I should have two versions. This is the one that's broken, I think, in the base game. So the wheels are oh, that's right. The wheels did appear. But it loses the thing at the back. It drops off. It's actually, no, this is the one. Yeah, no, this is the one I showed. You can see it goes into the ground as well. So it's not right, but it is nevertheless, it is very large. And that wheel thing that turns, the rotation centre's wrong. So therefore it flies all over the place. So again, a work in progress. I've switched all the lights off in the XML because they're everywhere and they're annoying. So yeah, I've really I've got the front ones will be okay because that didn't stretch. The back did. The back and the side all stretched from the front point. So yeah, you can see I've even got that. I don't know if that should be there though. Actually, even that looks wrong. Yeah, so basically this is a work in progress. It is 17,777 litres. It is rather large, but I think I've got the proportions fairly okay now. I'd had to... Originally my idea was to make it tall and like just to stretch it upwards, but it looked really odd because it was all out of proportion. So that meant I had to widen it a little, which also means though that the header section is a bit high. So I'm not sure, but I've tried to do it proportionally, so it is quite a lot stretchy backwards, but the hopper would be an awful lot bigger than the original Rosselmash because it's a lot taller. It goes right down to the floor, right the way up there. So it's almost about 3 times the size of the normal Rosselmash. It's also a massive... We've put a proper engine. It would be a whopper in that because it's a massive harvester. So it's only like the Rosselmash. It really is not a Rosselmash at all, but it's 477 horsepower. The money is wrong. It's not 77,777. That was the model I started with, which is a base Rosselmash, and that's just like, you know, I will write that when it's properly done. I just wanted to show you it's sort of nearly there. Yeah, it's the back axle dropped off. I've managed to fix that. It sounds hilarious, it really does, but it's not fun, I tell you. And also, if you get in it, because I stretched it, your seat has moved. Although the seat physically is in that, your seat position is in the back where the engine is. So it is quite hilarious. But yeah, the other one, this is the base one, which really is just a Rosselmash with a better engine, just marginally, with 7,777. Now that's 77,000. The other one will be a bit more. Again, we always consider and try to give the people the savings back. That's the entire... Ooh, it don't really matter. We can still crack on. We have broke a mill. And the thing is, I keep saying this. I keep sort of trying to remind everyone, this is hard economy. That self-marketing is really, really very, very useful. Oh, I was on and then I'm off. It is, because it's sort of almost making up for the fact that we're on hard economy. Almost. Oh, it lied then, because we've not put 500,000 litres in there. Or it's gone over to... Oh, it'll have gone over. I should have switched it off, shouldn't I? It's going to be in all the production silos. It's just gone 11 o'clock. It's going to be everywhere, isn't it? Oh, it's not done anything special at all. It's just literally going to be in here everywhere. Luckily, yeah, it is as well. And the grass silo likewise will also have about the same. It's nice to see it's doing it the same. Let's go grab it. Do you know, seriously, you couldn't make that up, could you? What are the chances of that? Yeah, so there's a lot of tweaking I'm doing. Yeah, the manure's... I was sort of panicking a bit, but we sort of saw it here. You can't get the manure, and I've seen it now on 3 maps. So it's sort of... I was a bit panicky. I was thinking, oh, it's my mods. It's not. It's not at all. It's not my mods. It really is a problem with like manure still. Although it's fixed, you can't get to it. I mean, it does work sometimes though, but they've done another update, and that's also broken graphics. Yeah, if you like try to do a path at present, obviously if you see this in 6 months or even a week, it's likely to be that whatever I'm talking about now is nonsense and Giants will have done an update. But if I paint any kind of painting on the floor like manually, right now it is absolutely awful. Yeah, it does like weird squares, horrible. Yeah, I'll show you, because it's the end of the Let's Play. It's not really going to hurt if we do a bit of like a drawing on the yeah, any of these ones, like horrible squiggly lines, yeah, like that. Like it's like paving with paving slabs. It's horrible. Yeah, it really is absolutely vile. So another Huge update followed by another huge update, followed by more things being broken. Yeah. This was the pattern in FS22. It really, I've got to be honest, even Giants, as good as they are, there really should be a lesson to them about what has happened. It doesn't matter, because we need to take them anyway. Obviously, they'd got manure, and then they did this new thing with the manure in, like, this addition, like, where it was in its own separate, like, thing. Now, it worked absolutely fine all along, as it was. That's something else. So I think we should still be all right to grab this, whatever that is. Looks like, yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, obviously they did that, and now all the way through FS22 and FS25, it's worked, then it's not worked. It's worked, then it's not worked. It's worked, and you like think we could see on this Let's Play that you can see how much manure there is inside the enclosure. And the outside adjoining bit reads a fraction of that amount. It's crazy. It would be interesting to see that if we could get the manure out on this one, because we have been getting out on this. It's a point, actually. I really am interested in finding this out. Right, let's just go have a look. Wow, we are gonna. Right, we want that. We want that. Just wanted to see, because we have been getting out on this one, but on JM Gaming's and on what's it? JM Gaming's Oak City. I can't get it, and I was on Moss Valley. Yeah, Moss Valley also. I can't get it. So that's 2 Let's Plays. Again, Moss Valley, I mean, yeah, one's an alpha. No, that is actually, yeah, so we can get it out here. Interesting. No, but again, you can see, if we, like, go over here, we've got 140,000 litres of manure, really. So that whatever like is happening, although we're getting the manure out, it's not reporting right and it's not doing it right. It's really, really strange. Yeah, we've not really used the Kaweco very much, which I do apologise for. Yeah, sometimes it's so easy to set a worker going, and it's not so easy like to. Yeah, we do want you. Let's get this done. So 1,200,000. Oh, we're on pounds. Let's change that straight away. Fantastic. Yeah, so it's a bit confusing because it is working on this map, but it's not working on 2 others. So it's a little bit sort of strange, really. I have had a good look at my manure point earlier, and I've got to be honest, I compared it to Giants. Because it was originally a Giants, and obviously I shrunk it, which means I had to change a few things. Much more. Yeah, I had to change a few things, which then means you know that it's not perfect. So I've compared that version, the one that I did, the shrunk one, back to the original version, and it's all right. Yeah, all my positions are right. I've not forgot. I even compared the physics, is this? Have I ticked all of the? I won't bore you with the details. Like, there's lots of little tick boxes that, do you need to render it? Should it be invisible? All of this. That's not where we want to go. And obviously, all of those, I compared them all, and it's all spot on. So everything is as it should be. I was real painstakingly comparing my version to the Giants' bigger version, and it's identical. Yeah, everything is in the right place. So I'm a bit confused as to why it's not working right. Yeah, the other thing is, it is true with R3Ds, and it is true of the Giants editor. Sometimes the position of the little pointers isn't right. Now, I made a Giant production silo, and after Oak City episode, it's basically sent a line of pallets of, I think it was carrots or something. It was one of the B, and it sent them well past the end of the point where the production silo was supposed to stop sending pallets, and it's carried on for about double the amount of space that it should have done. So after the session, I went into the i3D file, and it stops at the end. So I'm like, well, why are we getting this where it's reporting that it's spot on with what I know it should be like, but when you actually go in, it's not like that. It really is, or should I say, the reality isn't matching. Ooh, it's wheat. Yeah, no, we're going to dump that back in. Hopefully it'll replace with. It's still showing. Yeah, they're a little bit too close still, aren't they? Now that's all right, because we can actually. Yeah, but we need it to be, I think, a little bit further back. Yeah, let's do it that way first, and we'll grab the last little bits afterwards. So yeah, it's a bit glitchy, to say the least. You can sometimes break an i3D, which is why I always do a copy of a mod before I start to work on it, so that I can only lose the time that I'm spending on it now, because I can go back to what it was like before I started to twiddle with the i3D file. And it is so easy to break an i3D file. It really is. So, you know, the roadmap of the mods is the i3D, and they do weird glitchy things for absolutely no reason. So you then throw it back to the version before, and it's absolutely fine. So sometimes you've not. I mean, I'm not saying that. Farmer Bob also, I'm very interested in watching what Farmer Bob sort of shows, and he also says similar things. They do very strange things. Sometimes you'll grab the rotator and it'll do the weirdest thing, and it won't rotate properly. It'll do something strange. So it really is quite an education, and it's not always accurate. Sometimes it's better than others. It really is a bit of a weird one. And that is the world of modding. It's like real life. Nothing works quite as it should do. It's true, really. I've also, I have. This is a simple. I've just made a mod of the Schaefer. I love the Schaefer. I do like the Merlot, but I've always got a soft spot for the Schaefer. It was my favourite telehandler of choice all the way through FS22, and that's the only reason why I'm not having it now, is for the fact that I used it so much on FS22 that it's not my favourite anymore. It's just that I like the Merlot, and I'm like just going with the Merlot. Also, you could put a weight on the Merlot, and we haven't got a telehandler weight, so it's like, the minutes until DD Mod Passion puts me out of my misery and actually gives us a proper telehandler weight, because I cannot for the life of me figure out what he did, because it's I've done so much to weights, tried so many different things, and put collisions all over the place, and I cannot get that telehandler to remain stable. It wobbles all over the place. It's really strange. So whatever he did, it would to make those telehandler weights all the way from FS19 all the way through to FS22. I cannot wait till he does that in FS25. Now, obviously, the corn is going to. Please tell me that the corn hasn't done that horrible multiplying thing as well. We did put it straight in here, I believe. Yeah, 12. We've got more than that. I think we must have left some. Have we stuck some in one of these silos? Yeah, 12 tons in there. And no tons in there. So 24 tons, is that all we had? 12 tons in there. And 12.5 tons in there. Surely we had more than that. Surely. That's a fairly hefty field. I know we had sunflowers as well. Well, maybe it was. Maybe, yeah, I suppose that's 25 tonnes. It's not terrible, really, when you think of the size of the fields. So, yeah, I suppose that's 25 odd tonnes. It's not multiplied. That's I have no idea. I can only surmise that it was some sort of multiplication glitch because we exceeded the capacity of the 500. Oh no, I didn't see that obviously until and it's obviously gone over and done something strange. Is all I can think. Wow, I cannot believe we are at this. And also the other thing is, on Riverbend Springs, we sort of did very well. We got millions, but we've been at that for years and years. We have not been at this like that, you know, for so long. So we're really doing terribly well. I mean, the biogas plant was muted due to the fact that I was not processing as much grass as I should have done. I mean, we have done a bit of the fertiliser business, but we have not relied upon it at all. So. Yeah, mate, I like this mineral feed. It's obviously completely different, but I also don't want to rely just on that either, so that we're just doing that. I did consider, I was thinking about it earlier, Cavalier Roy, now he makes the salt, and I thought, well, how? And I thought, well, actually, not being nasty, but manure's sort of quite salty. It's got quite a high salt thing, I believe. So you could strip some salt out, and then you could make your own herbicide. And also you could have chemicals to assist in making that. So that's another thing I'm thinking about, the self-sufficiency. Yeah, I'm trying to make it a little bit like the farm supply production that Omerton did, but almost like a one-stop shop for a farm. Yeah, as in like everything a farmer needs. Not, I mean, not literally, but like, you know, like fertilizer, lime, pig food, TMR, all of those things that you need in that one very large silo. Well, it's fairly large. Right, so there's just a little bit left after this. So hopefully this, well, no, we can always do that. If it's not quite right, we can go through a month or so. I'm not going to sell the animals. I did start to do that, but we know they're worth quite a lot, and they really are. But we can just sort of look at the value of them, and they're about one. In fact, I should tell you really. I think you have to go closer to. No, it does. Yeah, here you go. 1,312 for 40. They're nearly as worth as much as well. And obviously these are youngsters and still a fair old way through. So we're quite amazing, right? So we've got a little bit left in. Well, this is the best help for that. So the buffalo milk bottled is on the yellow. Diesel we've started to make. Obviously our own diesel that we're actually making. Grass, we know that's not going to be completely done. The solid fertilizer is worth more than that. But even if we looked at this, we really are doing well. But I would like to do a little bit better than we actually are. What I mean is we've got an awful lot of grass still to do, and we've got the corn. Apologies, I had to turn the mic off a second. I could feel a sneeze coming, and this microphone doesn't have a mute button, so the only way I can do it is by switching off. Which, to be honest, you can, if you're quick enough, you can continue almost straight away. So, how much? Yes, I've got I think one set of that. The corn, we've got 12 tons. That is surely calling for corn. Didn't we switch the corn one on as well? No, because we were worried. So we will activate that now because we've literally got rid of everything. So that should now call for the corn too. If we just speed time up for an hour, let's just go let's turn time up a little. Like say 60. And we'll grab the last little bits of mineral feeds. I always manage to tag things somehow without even like trying. Yes, I've made a telehandler earlier, but that's just more of a swizzling a Schaefer. Like I'm making a BI Industries similar model. I don't think I've even got around to changing the decals on it yet to make it into a BI Industries look-alike. So yeah, it's not quite... now then, we're nearly at 12, so this should... any second. Did that just send the money up? We're not selling anything. Oh, we shouldn't be selling anything. No idea how I tagged that. I'm seemingly very good at doing that. Yeah, the giant ones. The one thing I haven't done much about is they're very, very high with the nozzles. I need to track the nozzles. I was looking on JM Gaming's on Oak City at how high it was, and I'm like, that is just monstrous. It's so high because it's literally at the top. Can we like untag that, please? So that is the grass silo. Untag. Oh, it's just going to keep... What is this? I would have thought I would have been close enough to actually do that. You've sort of got to come at a sort of angle. Wow, that's got a right good... How come this one's better than the others? Oh, I'm going to be here all day if I like with this. This is going to be crazy because we're not going to do this with a, like... How much is there in there, though, actually? Thinking about it, is I don't think there was only about a few tons, so really, we shouldn't be terrible. It shouldn't be like an absolute shed load of mineral feed. Yeah, 10 tons. We're all right. We're not going to, like... It's not going to take us forever. Thank goodness. But this was the problem. This is what I was really... I'd sort of found. I mean, that is a fairly good range. We need to move them further, either the other side, but the other side means... is an awful long way for you to go. And I also trying... One of my biggest things with this was to try to give it a very small footprint, even though it's a large thing. But then you run into the problem of, like, well, you're too close to these, and this is the issue that you get. But I was... Cletus was sort of saying about... and he agreed with what I'd said, and I said, well, yeah, all of my productions, I want to put things in, take things out, but then you do get this, that you've got to deal with this issue of the fact that if you're too close to the production bit, then it does cause this issue where, like, you're going to grab these things, and it's so annoying because you might grab something you don't want. And so really you either have to do the pusher idea or move it out the way, and moving it out the way is far simpler. So I really, even though I'm trying to keep the footprint quite small, I think that's it. It is. Yeah, even though I am trying to keep the footprint quite small, I think I'm going to have to, like, bite the bullet and move that a little bit. Otherwise, it's going to cause issues. So, yeah, my master plan was to try to, like, do everything without any sort of consequences of things going bad. But obviously, there's always got to be compromise with any kind of design where you just can't quite have it just how you want to have it. So... Oh, are we still... No, we turn the time down to 1 times again, so... We will need to go through till tomorrow, though, because obviously the mineral feed from the corn is going to, like, happen, so... Yeah, so I'm still... there were lots of different attempts to do self-marketing. Farmer Tom, he did lots of different things. There were... I've got a sort of strange brain. I can sort of I can see complicated things, but not always. Sometimes I was like, I just don't get this. Matana did something where you, like, it sold it slowly, and I like, oh, I just don't get that. I don't get how it's working. It's not explained to me in good enough detail that I know what is actually happening here. So I was confused, to say the least. Whereas this, it's just, yeah, you get a 50% bonus on top of it, whatever it says on the tin, and that is it. You know, you get that, and that is, I think that's not bad for selling your own produce. And I do like the fact that you can actually see the produce that you're selling. You can't see that in the Giants ones for some reason. So yeah, I think my self-marketing is simple and effective and very true to real life. All right, let's just check. I know we don't really want anything, do we? I do love the Taj fun. If I was doing logging, I love to drag the. I do realise we could sort of buy and sell the Gregoire, but we're going to leave it. We were at 1.6 million. I just would like to get us through till the morning. Did we feed our animals? I would have thought we did, but let's check. I don't want to starve them. No, we're definitely good to go. And it's lying about the manure, or we can't get that out. So let's go through till 9 o'clock. We've done all of our harvest on this fantastic. We could have bought obviously an awful lot more fields, but again, it's that balance of the let's play that is, I think, important. It was more about showing the map off. I didn't see anything special. I think most things were like, oh wow, heavy production costs. So I presume we made an awful lot of. I don't think I've seen this one. I've ever had this. Has it got a 3-point at the front? No, I see. That's what I love. I do. It's a very, very small tractor. Can't have a front loader either. Wow. It's sort of, I'm not sure. Interesting. Right, so then let's have a look. This morning we will need to feed our animals, although they could survive on what we've done. What I'm interested in seeing is, did our production do all of the grass? Because it really should have done. That looks fairly good to me. Mineral feed is up to 91,005, which I think it's got to have been, because everything's down back to normal now. We need some more water, but I think we've about done what we needed to do. Yeah, I think sunflowers has gone, so we should have done all of our and corn. I can't see. Yeah, fantastic. I would imagine. So that means we stuck the rest in the grass. Was it the grass salad or the? So this, have we not told the corn to actually go from this one? Is that what the problem is? We haven't activate. I should have called it corn. Right, so that's activating. The self-sufficiency should be calling for it. The biodiesel's finished, so we can actually deactivate that. And now the costs were commensurate with the gains. I did try to do this on purpose, that my costs are high for the things that are high, and the added chemicals that you would need to make the processes work. That's what I thought. Now, so one of these is going to be, that is the wheat. Oh, we want to switch that off because it's cheating really now. It shouldn't have that in. So we're switching that off. We're going to ignore anything to do with the wheat. Oh, it's just growing. Yeah, so that's gone. We know that's not right, so that's off. That this mineral feed is legit. So we're going to let that happen. The mini biogas, I would imagine, is filled. Filled of digestate. So we really need Miss B's slurry yard. Oh, I haven't told the straw to go in there. It's not activate. Oh, it is. Oh, of course. Everything's activated by default. You need to sell it off. Oh, well, we may as well like do that, haven't we? Really? Yeah, we may as well. I don't mean it funny. It's better to get a bit of something for that 1,000,000 litres than it is to not get anything. So we don't really need to. No, we do. I suppose we need to do that hour, and then I think we should sort of be in a position where we can know everything that we've got on our books and to know how well we really did. Yeah, pennies really, but it's such a shame because it's really 1,000,000 litres. The fertiliser you can do with that is just tremendous, right? So let's stop that selling anymore. How did that sell everything? No, everything else is right for selling. Right, okay, so that's... Did that just... No, it's on storing. It is. Fantastic. So, I can't believe how little that actually got us. 1,000,000 litres for like... Not even like 500,000 or 100,000. It must be terribly worthless. It really is awful. So... Yeah, the mineral feed that we've got in there is actually worth more. So what we have got to do is this here, this figure wants to add 50% on top of it, because we could sell every single item in there for a 50% bonus. We've got, for going forwards, got to actually work that one out. But that's all, obviously some of these are on yellow, but this, we sold everything, hook, what's that saying? Lock, stock and barrel, that's the one. Yeah, if we sold everything lock, stock and barrel, we would earn, if we just 50% on there is, well, it's just over 1 million. So 2.6 million plus all of the fields value that we've got. We have, yeah, let's just have a quick look. I'm not going to be exact. I'm not really worried about that. We've done very well, but we have 70, 160, 190, 240, 260, 260, 310, 360, 360, 440, and 500,000. We'll call it 500,000, and this 700,000 is what we've got property and land, plus yeah, they're both nearly 1,200. So if we just say 1,000 per head, 46, 56, 70, there's about 100,000's worth of like cattle, really, even as it is now. So that's 800,000 plus 1 million, so 1.8, 2.8, 3.4 million on a farm on hard economy. And we did that in 2 years, because it always starts at 1. So we were only here for 2 additional years, and in that 2 years we did that well. So we really did do very, very well. I'm quite pleased with that. So the biogas plant was a massive success. Would have been better, but we did sort of finish it off nicely in the end. I mean, we did, yeah. All we missed was one cut of grass, which is quite a considerable amount. We could have earned another 250,000 on top of that, perhaps. But what I mean is, I'm still very, very pleased with where we came and what the mods that we were using. Love this beautiful thing here. It's absolutely amazing. I have worked on the one in my mods in testing folder, so that the fill plane actually comes up to the top of that now, so that it doesn't just, because obviously it didn't look like it did. Doesn't look like it's got capacity, even though it has, because it's not going up the sides. It just goes up very narrowly all the way up there. I can't do it on this one, obviously, so it would have to go narrow on that one. So I've kept it narrow on this one, although I did make a mistake and actually start to do it on that one too. So yeah, I've got that tweak, so it looks like it's like thick on the bottom. I wish I could do something with the top, but I can't. So it is what it is. I've done the best that I can, that the game mechanics and the physics allow. The only other way I could do is completely redesigning that belt system, and to be honest, it would be like that. The only thing is that is a bit weird is that if you did it the other way round, if the top belt, yeah, but you'd still have the same problem of like, if it was the other way around, it might actually work. I'm trying to think. If you did the, you see, it looks like the bottom belt is, yeah, it looks completely wrong to how it actually is when you actually look at the physics behind it. But yeah, it is a bit mind-boggling. But if you did it the other way around, it would actually work. If your top one was the top and the bottom stayed, then you could literally have those top things go on up the top, and then the bottom one would just stay like that. I think I'm making sense. It would be on the outside of that. So again, I might have a go, but again, I've got lots and lots of things that I'm happy that's without spending an inordinate amount of time on it. I'm happy with where it is, that it's fairly as good as it is without spending an awful lot of time on it, really. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, I've got the Rossomash to fix. That's my next task. And then I've also got my giant trailer that I must fix. That this is sort of good enough that I'm not in that much of a rush, because it really does do a cracking job at 40, like nearly 50 tons. So I'm quite happy with that, really. And the new version, the square version of this, I'm happy with. I need to do a bit of loading and unloading on it though, just to prove. I know it still goes very mucky, this particular type of metal, when it's like, yeah, it really looks quite ugly, but it really is just muck that makes it go like that. So yeah, I think I'll be choosing clear metal next time rather than galvanized or whatever it was that does do that. It's a bit horrible. But yeah, that is it. Massive shout out to the map maker. I know it's an Agrar. I can't remember its gaming something, but it is a fantastic, beautiful map, very stable. Thoroughly enjoyed my time on it, or else I wouldn't be up to 20 or 21 episodes, one or the other, which is phenomenal, because I thoroughly enjoyed it and loved the short run. And we've really knocked the ball out the ballpark, really, with it, even though we struggled for a long time with just 2 tractors. Yeah, and we won't mention the one thing that I was the only thing that I thought was a bit odd, which was, well, we will mention it because I'm going to mention it. But really, in the grand scheme of things, did it really matter that tractor couldn't pull that mower? It's a bit of a question mark, but no, it didn't ruin it at all. I mean, it was just a bit strange, because it's obviously, you would expect the equipment to be small, but you would expect the tractor you were given to actually be able to use the equipment that you were given as well. Obviously, that's a given as well. Really, you'd sort of like, huh? That's a bit of a strange one if it doesn't work. So that's. We've also got that little field down at the shop, but that was about 20 grand. So I'm really not. I like it to be accurate, but I'm really not worried about that. It's not. I think it was, 14,000. So, and then obviously we've got the like 2 sell points, which are like about 5,000 each. So again, infrastructure, always got your things like your productions that are worth a bit of cash as well. You could go on and on and on, but roughly with 3.4 odd million, you could say 3.5 million, if we sold lock, stock and smoking barrel, every last little thing we've got, we would well earn over 3.5 million if we got out of farming. So that is where I'm going to leave it. Yeah, all that remains to be said is a massive shout out to the map maker for a fantastic map, and to you, who there would not be any recordings or any if you weren't watching. So your massive shout out to yourselves for your support of the channel. Yeah. So all that remains to be said for the very last time on this map is thank you very much for watching. I'm going to keep this one linear because it's the last one. It always, to me, makes sense because it unfolds from start to finish. And I would love to hear from you all about whether you do think it's a good idea the way that I've been doing it, where I do a catch-up stage at the beginning and then we do the work, and then obviously, you've got the choice as to whether you watch the entire session or whether you just watch the catch-up section, because that's what a lot of people are doing. So yeah, whether you think it's a good idea, or for those who are the ones who actually watch the sessions all the way through, does it ruin it for you? Because that's what I'm really interested in. The ones that are the faithful ones that I know, it sounds horrible, that does. It's almost like that means you're putting down the people who haven't got the time to watch it, and that's not really what I mean at all. But what I mean is those people who do watch all the way from start to finish, which is fantastic. Does it ruin your enjoyment, me doing the catch-up section? Because if it does, I wish to take everybody's opinion, and literally take note of everyone's opinion, rather than just presume it's okay, or that's all I'm going to say. So for the last time, I'm going to say goodbye for now.